Tell me about when you met Henry Ford.
Henry Ford?
Yeah.
Well, one day I was guarding a big door at the end of the engineering building, and the shift had already got off. What after about 4 o'clock, and I was walking that building all. You'd have to walk all the way around it, you know, and then stop, and then pay close attention to the main door. So. And there's no parking zone out in front of it. And I was standing there, and there's no Model A Ford. Then it was 1942. It was a 28 Model A Ford. Come pulling up there, parked, angling right in front of the no parking zone. I just thought to myself, I'm going to get out there and get on over that guy about parking like that. And when we got out, and when he stood up, his old man Henry Ford. I said, I ain't gonna do it to him. So he come on in and he looked at my belt and called me Charlie, and he says, I want to go down here to the machine shop. Like he was going to ask me if he could go down to the machine shop. But he said he had a rod on about that long. He says, the reason I'm telling you this is I'm making me a lawnmower. The richest man in the world now, he was then. He was making him a lawnmower. And he had his air-cooled motor and everything, you know, in his car. And he went, I said, yes, sir. I said, go right ahead. So he went down there to the machine shop, opened it up, got him a big blue coat and put it on, you know. And he got it down. I heard the lathe running. I went out there and he was turning that lathe, truing it up, you know, and everything. And he come back and he put into telling me about what he done to it when I could see what he was doing to it. But he had the hose for the car keys on the side, you know. I reckon it wasn't pull wheels, you know, it was probably follow wheels on it. And he's telling me he just thought that was the greatest thing in the world. He was making a lawnmower, and he made an automobile, you know.
That's cool.
Tell the other story about when you went to the gate and he was in the car with Charles Lindbergh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
That was one afternoon, and later than that, I went. They sent me with some mail and stuff to go over to the other building. I went over to the other building, and when I come out, I was driving a company pickup. I come out and old man, the big black limousine sitting there, and I seen the glasses was rolling down, you know, before I got to it, and I seen Mr. Ford. I seen old Henry, and he's sitting there. He says, Charles, I got a man I want you to meet. So I walked up there, and I knew it was Charles. He said, this is Charles Lindbergh. He said, you ever heard of him? I said, every day. And I said, well, I've heard of you every day too, Mr. Ford. But he's sitting there, he says, aren't we lucky to have him? They had built the Wheeler Run bomber plant, and he and Lindbergh was going down to the bomber plant, you know.
Wow.
And,
That was about 1942 also?
Huh?
Was it about 1942 that happened?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is so cool.
And they, Ford was building Jeeps, and they was building tanks and trucks.
Wow. That's amazing.
And they were building them to send to Russia. The Russia Lend-Lease bill, you know, that they had. If you remember hearing talk about it. But they had tanks, trucks, and Jeeps in there, and they was testing them for cold weather because they was going into Russia, you know. And they was giving them all tests about staying in the cold and starting back up and everything, you know. And